again. Welcome back. It's the 16th of December today. Let's have a look and see what words are on our scroll for the 16th. Wonder where we'll be in the Bible this time. Right, okay, Matthew chapter 1, verses 18 to 25. So in Matthew's Gospel now, and we'll see what we can learn about the first Christmas from these verses. Let me read them. This is how the birth of Jesus Christ came about. His mother Mary was pledged to be married to Joseph, but before they came together she was found to be with child through the Holy Spirit. Because Joseph, her husband, was a righteous man and did not want to expose her to public disgrace, he had in mind to divorce her quietly. But after he had considered this, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, "Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife, because what is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins." All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. When Joseph woke up, he did what the angel of the Lord had commanded him, and took Mary home as his wife. But he had no union with her until she gave birth to a son, and he gave him the name Jesus. It must have been quite a shock to Joseph, mustn't it, discovering that his wife, or pledged to be wife, was expecting a baby. But God very graciously sends an angel to him in a dream to explain the whole situation, because as we saw, Joseph was thinking about divorcing her quietly. He didn't want to expose her to public disgrace, but equally he was a godly man and felt that something must have happened, of course, that shouldn't have done. Well, God speaks to him through this angel, and the angel tells him, of course, that this baby that is to be born is actually conceived by the Holy Spirit. God has come upon Mary in power and by his Spirit. And this baby is going to be a very special baby. And in fact, the angel, of course, tells Joseph what the baby's name is going to be, Jesus, and explains why he's going to have that name, because he will save his people from their sins. Now, the name Jesus is the Greek version of the Hebrew name Joshua, and it means the Lord saves. So an obvious name for someone who is going to save his people from their sins. Now, you may remember that back on the 6th of December, I know that seems a long time ago, we read Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14, and Matthew reminds us of that verse here, as he explains in verse 22 and 23. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet, that's Isaiah. The virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel. And then Matthew explains that means God with us. So Joseph obeys. He doesn't divorce Mary. It must have been a very hard thing for him to do. But he loved God and he wanted to obey him, despite what other people might have said about him and about Mary and this situation. And when baby was born, again, he was obedient and gave the baby the name Jesus, the Lord saves. Well, please join us again tomorrow. We'll see what passages on our scroll then.